We are unpacking one of the absolute most explosive, game-changing announcements to hit the tech world in years. I mean, nobody saw this coming. Back in June 2026, Meta dropped a massive bombshell. Kunal Shah, the founder of the Indian fintech giant Cred, is officially stepping in to take over as the global head of WhatsApp. We're talking about a colossal shift at the very top of a platform that practically runs global communication. So how did we get here and why him? Let's break the whole thing down. Honestly, this convergence is historic. Think about it. The founder of a highly targeted premium Indian fintech app is now holding the keys to the world's largest messaging platform, an app with over 3 billion users globally. It's wild. It perfectly symbolizes this massive transition. We're looking at the seamless integration of Cred's UPI payment architecture layered right onto WhatsApp.
And just to prove exactly how serious Meta is about this transition, $900 million. That's the mountain of cash Meta just poured into Cred, locking down roughly a 20% stake and pushing the fintech's valuation to about $4.5 billion post-money. So, look, this isn't just your standard executive hire. Absolutely not. This is a monumental $900 million strategic alliance literally designed to rewire how global tech and payments operate together.
Okay, let's jump right into the philosophy of a builder. To really grasp what's happening at WhatsApp today, we kind of have to ask, how exactly did Kunal Shah get here? Spoiler alert, he didn't take the traditional path of a Silicon Valley insider, and that's exactly why Meta wants him.
The contrast to his billionaire status today is just striking. When Shah was growing up in Mumbai, maybe 14 or 15 years old, his family's business collapsed. He faced some serious financial struggles and had to take on odd jobs just to keep his family afloat. We're talking data entry, delivering packages, teaching computer skills, even running a small cyber cafe. To fit around his crazy work schedule, he got a BA in philosophy from Wilson College, simply because the flexible classes let him keep earning. It kind of proves that sometimes Socrates prepares you for Silicon Valley a whole lot better than a business degree. He did actually try an MBA for a minute, but dropped right out to focus entirely on entrepreneurship.
And that unconventional background, it totally shaped his entire operating model. Because of his philosophy roots, his approach to business is fundamentally different from a typical MBA. He is absolutely obsessed with this concept called second-order thinking. It's not just about what happens immediately when you make a decision. No, it's about anticipating the ripple effects, those secondary, long-term impacts on human behavior. He focuses on connecting the dots across different disciplines to solve real consumer problems. He leans heavily on deep curiosity and human psychology, rather than just staring at a spreadsheet all day.
And you know, his track record of building at scale is incredibly consistent. He started way back around 2009 with a cashback promotion company called Paisaback. By 2010, he co-founded FreeCharge, an online mobile recharge platform that absolutely took off, eventually leading to a massive $400 to $450 million acquisition by Snapdeal in 2015. Fast forward to 2018, he launches Cred, scaling it straight into a fintech unicorn. And now in 2026, he arrives at Meta. Every single step of the way, he has proven his ability to build and scale platforms at lightning speed.
All right, moving on to building the Cred empire. Understanding what he built at Cred is the absolute key to understanding Meta's whole strategy here. So when Shah founded Cred, he completely bypassed the mass market, like entirely. He built a members-only fintech platform with a distinctly premium feel, specifically targeting high credit score affluent users. The entire premise was to reward responsible financial behavior. Basically, if you pay your credit card bills on time, Cred rewards you with premium perks. It eventually expanded into lending, insurance, and wealth management, totally locking in this highly lucrative, trustworthy user base.
Next up, the prolific angel investor. Because what's super fascinating is what Shah was doing behind the scenes while he was building Cred. He wasn't just a founder. He was quietly becoming a total kingmaker in the Indian startup ecosystem.
Remember that $400 million FreeCharge exit we just talked about? Well, Shah used that capital to pay it forward, transforming into one of India's most active angel investors. We are talking about funding over 300 companies. He was frequently dropping checks anywhere from $10,000 up to $500,000 per deal, constantly backing teams that were solving real Indian consumer problems.
And his hit rate as an investor is just staggering. He's backed a rapid-fire succession of notable unicorns. Ready for this? Razorpay, Shiprocket, Unacademy, Spinny, Zetwork, GoDigit, Slice, Mensa Brands, BarthPay, Jupiter. He's got 11 or 12 unicorns in his portfolio alone. This deep, systemic involvement gave him an unmatched, panoramic view of the entire Indian fintech and consumer tech landscape. Seriously, he understands the regulatory environment and consumer habits better than almost anyone else out there.
Which brings us to winning the UPI war. India's Unified Payments Interface is a hyper-competitive, notoriously low-margin battleground. It is ruthless. The sheer contrast in strategy here is fascinating. It's a classic David versus Goliath setup. Massive competitors like Google Pay and PhonePe completely dominate the mass market, holding about 80% of the combined transaction volume. Cred, they hold a tiny 0.8% of UPI transaction volume. But here is where that genius second-order thinking kicks in. Because Cred targets the premium segment, their average transaction value is 2.5 times the ecosystem average. They completely sidestep the brutal, low-margin volume war and instead capture the highly profitable, reward-sensitive affluent market.
They pulled this off by pioneering these brilliant credit on UPI synergies. It's super simple. Step 1, you link your RuPay credit card directly to your UPI. Step 2, you walk into literally any store and scan any standard merchant QR code. And Step 3, instead of cash instantly draining from your bank account, you're spending on credit and earning premium Cred rewards. It flawlessly bridges the everyday ubiquity of scanning a QR code with the high rewards of credit card spending. It actually makes payments feel good, and it makes the app incredibly sticky.
All right, bringing this explainer full circle to the super app future. Why exactly did Mark Zuckerberg look at Kunal Shah's empire and decide, yep, I'm handing him the reins to WhatsApp?
Well, Meta has a massive problem in India. Look, WhatsApp is an absolute cornerstone of daily life there, boasting over 500 million users. It totally dominates messaging. But think about their UPI market share for WhatsApp Pay. It is less than 2%. They are getting absolutely crushed by competitors who dominate the volume. Meta has the massive audience, but they have totally failed to win the payments war.
And that is exactly why Will Cathcart, after 7 years of really great leadership, scaling WhatsApp's privacy and user base, is stepping aside for Shah. Mark Zuckerberg said it perfectly in his announcement. He brings a strong builder mentality and global perspective ideal for leading the world's largest messaging app. You see, Meta doesn't just need an operational manager anymore. They need a visionary product innovator who actually knows how to scale fintech in the world's absolute most complex market.
So here's the ultimate vision for this $900 million synergy. Meta wants to build a full-stack ecosystem. Picture this. You get your product discovery on Facebook and Instagram, you handle the customer messaging and the actual commerce right there on WhatsApp, and underneath it all, powering the whole thing, the payments, the credit-linked features, and those high-value rewards are all powered by the Cred layer that Kunal Shah brings to the table. It is all about deep, seamless integration.
Which leaves us with the ultimate question. Will Kunal Shah turn WhatsApp into the world's next super app? I mean, he's got